Hello, welcome to my webinar. I'm very happy to have you here today because I'm going to be sharing with you some simple tips that you can start using that will help you to start burning fat today. So that's a good thing. And I'm going to share with you how you should eat and what types of exercises are better in order to burn fat, and also a few simple, easy tricks that will help you burn fat. First, let me talk a little bit about myself. I'm Vanessa Pinto, for those of you who don't know, and I'm the creator of Vanessa Pinto Health. I'm a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and I'm really passionate. I really like to help people just get healthier, because I think we are in this life to live the best we can, and that means also being the healthier we can, because that will bring us well-being, that will bring us happiness, make us feel good about ourselves, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So it's really important to me to share this journey, to share the fact that I love health and I love to share information with people. And that's why I'm here today. And I started as a health coach because I really wanted to help my mom become healthier. She was struggling with some problems, like she had excessive weight, she was pre-diabetic, she had chronic pain. She was taking cholesterol pills because she had high cholesterol, high blood pressure. And really, being from an area of fitness and sports and that I studied nutrition, it was really hard for me to see her that way. But maybe back then I didn't have the tools to help her. But since studying more and getting more into the health knowledge, and I'm not talking about medical advice here, I don't give medical advice, I don't prescribe medication or treatments, but just telling people what they should do in terms of their nutrition, their exercise, rest, and dealing with health conditions in a natural way, and that will greatly improve their lives. And I did that with my mom, and she greatly improved her life too. And also, on my personal journey, my relationship with health was not always the best. What I mean by this, I was never overweighted, like a lot of overweight, but I was never happy with my body, and I had body issues. I had low self-esteem and low self-confidence and related to my body, and that is mostly mental. And was only when I started this journey to health, and yoga really helped me a lot. It helped me to bring some quietness to my mind. But only when I prioritized health did I understood my body deeply. And then the results that I've been all my life trying to get finally came out. So I just had to prioritize what my body was telling me. And our bodies have very interesting ways to tell us what is good or bad. And sometimes I would think when I ate junk food that it was my mind criticizing me for doing that, but actually it was my gut also telling me that that wasn't good for me. So nowadays we talk a lot, for example, of intuitive eating, and I do believe we should do it, but we should also be intuitive in the signs that our body are sending us. And also, especially if you have health conditions, you have to listen to your body, and you have to get to know your body to overcome those health conditions and to get better and healthier. And one of the things that highly contributes nowadays for many health conditions is excessive weight. And that's not a disease. That is a symptom that something is not okay with your body. And it's also not the blame of dietary fat, because that's not the problem. The problem is that you're eating too much, and usually it's too much carbohydrates that your body is not using as fuel and then is storing as fat. And that's why I think this webinar is really important, because I'm going to give you simple tools and you can start applying them today, and you will see changes long term. And I'm also here available. If anyone has questions, you can leave them in the comments below. And if you want to contact me, you can also contact me, because like I said, if you're a healthy person, this might seem easy, but if you have some health condition, it's really important that you take a look at your health condition and work with it. So, going back to what brought me here, how can you start to burn fat and get healthier? Because for me, one thing is related to the other. The lifestyle changes that you will bring to burn fat are gonna increase your health by a huge, huge amount. So the first thing is, how should you eat, right? There's so many diets out there. There's so many people who think they know what's the best, but there's no one single thing that is going to work for everyone. And I don't believe in diets. I do believe in healthy lifestyle choices and in learning to tap into our bodies and our power and our intuition. But there's some things that we can all do that will indeed greatly improve our lives. And one of those things is fasting. Yeah, intermittent fasting. And many of you have heard, some of you have not. But what is fasting? Well, it's not eating. So, but what is good about fasting? One thing that it's good is when you're fasting is when your body has time to heal, to maintain, to repair, and to eliminate cells that are not functioning well. It's also during the fasting period that you start burning fat. And why is this? Because every time you eat, you release an hormone, which is insulin, that it's released by the pancreas and triggered by carbohydrates especially, but also each time you eat, your stomach tells the pancreas to release that insulin. And what insulin does is to remove those the sugars from the blood. And hi, Chike. Can you hear me? So I was talking. Hi, April. Are you there? Okay. Let me just change the view. So, okay. I was talking about the importance of fasting and the ability to our bodies burn fat. And I was just saying that fasting, it's been done for centuries. It's part of many cultures and it's part of many religions. And it's during the fasting periods that our body is able to heal and to cure and to remove cells that are not functioning well. So it's really important for repair and maintenance and elimination of cells that are not working well. And it's also during the fasting period that you are able to tap into your fat burning, because you're not releasing insulin. Insulin is the hormone we release when we eat, each time we eat, and especially if we eat meals with a lot of carbohydrates. But even if you eat healthy meals and low in carbohydrates, you release insulin because your stomach triggers the release of insulin by the pancreas. So the importance of fasting is that in this fasting period, and the longer it goes, the more you burn fat, is when your body really starts to burn fat, because the carbohydrates we had in our blood were already used. And so our body starts to tap into the reserves we have. And those reserves are fat. So many people think, oh my God, I'm going to starve because I'm not going to be eating. But it's not that way at all. What you have to do is maybe start by delaying your breakfast. The breakfast, as the word says, is breaking the fast. It doesn't have to be first thing in the morning. It can be at 12, at 2, or whatever time in the day you want to do it. So if you don't feel hungry in the morning, you shouldn't eat. You should respect your body that doesn't want to eat. So first thing you can start doing today, and it's really, really good, it's a powerful tool, it's very healing, is to start fasting. And skip breakfast, for example, and try to eat in a period of 8 hours. So if you have your first meal at 10 in the morning, you would have your last meal at 6 in the afternoon, at 18. So in a 10-hour period, no, 8-hour period, and then you wouldn't eat for 16 hours. That's a really good and easy pattern to get into, and that will allow your body to start functioning much better and also to start to burn fat. Another thing that you can do is, instead of doing 6 meals a day or 3 big meals and snacking in between, just have 3 meals a day, or even just 2 meals a day with no snacking. And you're gonna see great, great results. So that's the tip number 1, is not what to eat, but how to eat, and is to eat less frequently. And it doesn't mean eating less calories. I'm not talking about calories here. It's just eating less meals and having a bigger period of fasting. Welcome, Socrates. Okay, let me just... Okay, I just talked about intermittent fasting and how powerful tool it can be into a better health. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is really important also to burn fat is how we should exercise. And there's a lot of confusion around exercise. And one of the things that was more disheartening for me as a personal trainer is seeing people in the gym spending hours training and hours in the treadmill, and they would never get results. And that was really sad. Back then I used to work out in the gym, but then I started working out at home because I really like it and working with my body weight. And one thing I learned, and that my own experience, is that if you should really try high intensity interval training. And obviously, if you're just starting to work out now, you have to start gradually with lower intensities, but then try to progress to these high intensity interval training. And what is this? As the name says, you're gonna do is a short burst of exercise followed with a big period of rest. For example, if you're running in a treadmill, just run as your maximum speed for a minute until your heart rate goes really up, and then rest until your heart rate comes back to normal, to the basal rate that you were before running. And these bursts of exercise will really stimulate your metabolism. And more than that, you will be burning fat not during the exercise time, but while you're resting. So for example, even if you go for a bike ride, or you decide to go out, work out at home and do burpees or squats, just do it intensely for 1 minute or 30 seconds, whatever it takes you to go to your maximum intensity, and then rest until your heart rate comes down again. And do this for 5 rounds, for example. You have to also see how your body feels. And at the beginning, you don't have to do it every day. I don't really recommend that. You can do it day in, day out, or 3 times a week. But it's really important that you start moving and start doing it smartly. Because many people spend so many hours without getting results, and then they end up giving up. And if they just spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes, every now and then working out for real, they would get much, much more results. Because like I was saying, we are not burning fat on the specific moment we are exercising, because it's so fast that our body only taps into our sugar reserves. But then when we are resting, we're gonna go into our fat reserves. And so you have to really rest between these exercise routines. So if you feel sore the next day, respect your body. You don't have to work out in soreness. You can do Pilates or yoga or relaxation, and then work in when you feel okay again. And you will feel a big difference, believe me. I've been doing this for the past, I don't know, maybe 8 years, and it's the best thing I can do. I can always put a little workout into my daily routine, and it feels amazing. In less than 30 minutes, you have warmed up, did your workout and stretched, and you're ready for your shower. So it's a great way to start burning fat too, is doing the right type of exercise. The only exception I would use for high intensity interval training is people who are in a lot of stress. Because stress for the body triggers the release of an hormone, which is cortisol, and that hormone is a fat storing hormone. So, and for the body, intense exercise will be also stress. It doesn't know if you're running from an animal. So it's stress. So if you're really a stressed person and you feel that it's hard for you to bring that stress down, for now, just walk. Just walk or do yoga or a low intensity exercise. Keep moving your body. And now today, the last thing I want to share with you is 3 simple, easy tricks you can add into your daily routine that will help you to burn fat and to increase your health. So the first thing I want to tell you is about apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is really good because it helps to acidify your stomach. And most of us don't have stomachs acidic enough to do a good digestion of foods, and usually a good digestion of fats. So if you acidify your stomach with some apple cider vinegar, you help to digest food in the stomach, and then you release some of the pressure from the liver and also from your gallbladder in terms of processing the fats. So it's really good. It's been proven to help in weight loss. It helps in insulin resistance, so to lower your insulin resistance. It helps to lower your blood sugar levels. So it has a lot of benefits because due to acetic acid, it doesn't have a lot of nutrients and vitamins, but it has a lot of benefits to your body. And how can you use apple cider vinegar? What I do usually is that I use 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and 1 tablespoon of lemon, and I put it in a glass, and I just mix it up and I drink it before my meals. At least before one of my meals, I do that. And also if you have acid reflux, it's really good, because acid reflux is not excessive acid that you have, it's right the opposite. Your stomach is not acidic enough, and so the valve is not closing, and the acid the digestion is coming back up. So it's good for people with acid reflux. And I also like to put in my drink something that is a superfood, which is turmeric. I like to put 1 teaspoon of turmeric, but you can use other things that you like. And if you don't like the flavor, you can just scoop it up like 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before your meals. One thing that is important with lemon and apple cider vinegar, in order to protect your teeth and enamel, you can use a straw to drink it, so because it's very acid. Another thing you can start introducing into your daily routines today is nutritional yeast, because it's a very, very, very complete food. It has all of the amino acids, so it's more complete than any other meat or fish or even vegetable protein. It has a lot of nutrients, and it has the B vitamins that are very important, especially with people that don't eat meat, or especially people that are dieting or going to keto diet. Nutritional yeast is a great supplement, and it's 100% natural. It's not the yeast that causes us infections. No, it's a nutritional one. And try to buy the raw nutritional yeast, not fortified with other vitamins, because that usually means they are synthetic vitamins. And how do I like to use it? I like to use it on my salads. I love it. Some people put it on popcorn, on yogurt. Some people just scoop it out to their mouths too. It's 1 teaspoon is recommended at least daily. And I really love it on my salads. And if you scoop it up to your mouth, it's going to get into your teeth and your tongue. So just be aware of that. Have a glass of water on the side. But try it. It has a cheesy flavor, so it's really good. And it's been one of the supplements. It's not even a supplement. It's just a food, but that I like to supplement my meals with, that I've been using most, and I really love it. And another thing this is huge and it's really, really important, is introducing lots of vegetables into your diet. So if you're doing those 2 or 3 meals a day, try to add vegetables to every of those meals. You have to eat lots of vegetables. Why? Because there's where we have nutrients and a lot of phytonutrients. And these are very helpful to heal our bodies, to heal our liver, and to give us potassium, which is a nutrient that many of us are deficient because our soils are depleted. And so we have to eat huge amounts of vegetables. And when I say huge amounts, it's like 2 or 3 big salads a day. So some people, it's hard for them to eat vegetables. For me, it's fine. I love them. I even crave them. And it takes some time maybe for you to start to have that crave for vegetables. But when your body knows what's good, he's going to tell you, and you're going to need to eat this. And I really miss it when I don't eat it. So what you can do if you don't like vegetables is you can make a smoothie. You can add 1 cup of vegetables and some berries to a smoothie and just drink it in the morning. And that would be a good way to start your day, or when you do your breakfast. Or you can steam them. although I do recommend that you eat them mostly raw because they lose some of their nutrition when they are steamed or cooked. But you can steam them to help digestion, or if you prefer the flavor. And another thing is that I would really recommend people who don't like them to start by eating their salad and their vegetables and leaving the meat. I put everything together, honestly, because I love everything. But if you don't like it, start there, because then you know you eat it, and then you go to your protein or to your fats. So a lot of vegetables, some protein on your meals, and healthy fats. That's what I recommend. And yeah, and I think this will greatly help you improve your nutrition, and especially the cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, arugula, kale. All the cruciferous vegetables are very, very healthy for you and will improve your liver function especially. And so I recommend that you eat them. One thing you have to be careful is that if they bloat you, then don't eat them, remove them. And you may have to try and go by trial and error to get to know which vegetables are really best for you. And if they're making you bloat or hard to digest, it may be because your body doesn't have the right enzymes to digest them. And until your body gets adapted, you may have to cook them or remove them. Because if you're bloated or if you're not digesting your food right, then you're not going to feel good and you're not going to be able to lose weight and burn fat. So these are the three big tricks I'm giving you today. And if you start today or tomorrow, if it's late for you, you're going to see huge changes. So number one, start fasting. Skip your breakfast. Don't eat between meals. Do 3 or 2 meals a day with no snacking. And this will greatly improve your health. Number 2, start exercising. And if you do high intensity interval training. It doesn't have to be a lot of time. It can be 10 minutes every other day, and you'll see great changes in your body. You just need to look at a high velocity runner, for example, the 100 meters runners. Look at their bodies, how lean, how muscular, because they have those bursts. There is 10 seconds of exercise, and then they rest, and that's their training. And you can see in their bodies how they are lean and how they are fit. So just do the same. Just give it all and then rest. And last, start taking 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar a day or before your meals, 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast that will greatly improve your nutritional levels, and vegetables, lots of vegetables. And there's so many to choose from, and greeny leaf vegetables, mostly, and cruciferous vegetables. So I'm not talking so much about root vegetables like potatoes and carrots, but really leafy vegetables. And so these are my tips for you today. And these are simple tricks that anyone can use. Obviously, if you have any health conditions, you have to be more careful. But I left my contact in the chat. And if someone has questions, you can put them now. You can talk or you can write them on the chat. But if not, and if you are curious more about your health, or you want to address some specific health condition you have, or you're not certain about your path towards burning fat or improving your health, you can contact me, and that's the link to my website. Just send me an email or go through the form, and we'll schedule a free 15-minute call, and I will address your specific health conditions and issues, and you can get to know more about yourself and which steps you should take. Because really, when I work with my clients one-on-one, it's completely different. We can always give general tips to everyone, but there's nothing like your own health or your own issues, your own limitations, whether are physical or time limitations. And so if you have questions, you can put them now. Or I'll be putting this video, the link to this video, on my social media too. So, and there I'll leave my contact, and you can contact me there, or leave your questions there too. And if no one has questions, I'm very grateful to have you all here today. And I hope you learned something that was positive and bring some some health and power to burn fats into your life. And start tomorrow. Let me know how you do it. And if you skip breakfast, let me know. Just give me a Vanessa, I skipped breakfast and I feel great, or it was really hard, but just drink a coffee or a tea. Start taking these little steps and you will see big changes. Okay? And get in contact with me, and see you soon, guys. Good night, good evening, or good afternoon. Bye.
Hi, Vanessa. Before you go,
Yes?
I've got one question quickly. Yes, I wanted to ask about the yeast.
Mm-hmm.
What yeast is that?
You go to a healthy food store, or even I find it in normal supermarkets, and it's just nutritional yeast, not
All right.
fortified, just simple nutritional yeast. It's
Okay.
great, it's very powerful nutritional supplement. Because like I said, it has all the amino acids, which not any other source of protein has, and has B12 vitamins, which are great, and lots of nutrients. So one teaspoon, and it has a cheesy flavor. It's great, TK. If you never tried
Oh, okay.
it, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
like it.
try that.
You have?
No, I haven't. I've never heard of that before, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, let them try it. Go to a supermarket or a food health store, health food store, and you'll find it there for sure. And give it a try. I love it. For me, it's a must on my salads nowadays. April, Socrates, any one of you has questions?
Yeah, I have a question about cruciferous vegetables. Could you please talk a little bit more about that? Just yeah, I'm really interested in cruciferous vegetables. I've heard the word, but I'm not really sure about like what the word entails.
Well,
so if you want to talk about that, that'd be great. I would love to know more about that.
Yeah, the name of cruciferous vegetables actually is funny. It comes from the word cross in Latin, because their leaves have like the shape of crosses. So the name comes from there, and they are very rich in phytonutrients. So are nutrients that we can only get from plants, and usually are very good for anti-cancer nutrients. So they help to protect you from oxidation and from cancer. So it's really important, and one I love, and it's very diverse to use, it's cauliflower. I use it to make cauliflower rice, to make pizza dough, to make mashed cauliflower. I use it steamed, I use it raw, and I use it, make it in the oven. So all types of uses for cauliflower, even pancakes you can make, so it's great. I love broccoli, arugula, kale, which I don't have much in Portugal, and I don't know if you have it where you live, but it's a very important also cruciferous vegetable. Brussels sprouts, which I love too. And yeah, there's plenty more of them, and I can send you a link with some more if you have interest, because they are the best you can have. One down thing they can have is that they can deplete a little bit of your iodine. So if some people have thyroid issues, they should pay more attention to that. And if you do eat a lot, and you would have to eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables to deplete your iodine levels, then you just supplement with some sea kelp, which sometimes is not easy to find in the raw form, but it's good. I find sometimes it's like a crackers of sea kelp, and they're really tasty. And it's too bad we cannot find it easily in normal supermarkets, but I'm sure in a health food store you can find it. But that's only if you eat a lot or if you have a thyroid issue, because otherwise they are just great vegetables you can eat every day. And what I usually do is I make a mix, because, for example, lettuce is not as nutritional, doesn't have as much nutritional value as a cruciferous vegetable, but sometimes I just make a mix. Or for some people it's easier to digest spinach, lettuce, and other vegetables than it's cruciferous vegetables, because they tend to bloat some people. Yeah. And yeah, April, I didn't hear from you. I hope you're good. Let me know in the comments then to my posts if you have any questions. And guys, I know it's late for you, most of you, so have a nice evening. Thank you for being here. And well, I'll post the video. Can see you later if you missed the beginning. And any questions, just let me know. Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
Vanessa. That's a good presentation. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Vanessa.
You're welcome. Nice evening to all of you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.